everybody, it's Lady Charmaine, and welcome back. I decided to come on tonight because I had a thought today, and I was like, you know what? I think that'd be something really good to talk about. And I'm going to tell you what my thought was. Because, see, my thought was tonight, I'm about to be 50 years old in August. And, I'm coming into like now the other half of my life, right? And then I had this thought that I wanted to share with everybody because sometimes as you start pushing to the age of 50, 60, and 70, you might feel like you're getting too old. And I wanted to encourage somebody out there tonight to let you know that you are never too old to start. Who told you that you were too old? There's an old saying that age is nothing but a number. And you know what? I know this might sound a little loud. I'm so sorry, everybody. I know they would say, age is nothing but a number. But you know what? Sometimes age is just nothing but a number. And I want to encourage everybody out there tonight who is going into the prime of their life and you may feel like you're getting a little too old. I want you to think about this one particular man. I'm going to tell you who he is after I say this. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. And that's what C.S. Lewis said. And there was a man that many of us know. I think millions of people know, and we've all tasted his food. And he goes by the name of Colonel Sanders. Do you know how old Colonel Sanders was when he started Kentucky Fried Chicken? Colonel Sanders was 65 years old. Now, to a lot of people, 65 years old, you're like, wait a minute, you should be at home. You should be with your grandkids. You should be out there kind of like playing with them on the grass or sitting in your rocking chair. But that man at 65 years old had an idea. How many of you have an idea that you haven't started yet? That idea can actually be $1 million idea. But what keeps you back from doing your idea? It could be sometimes fear could hold you back. You may not feel like you're good enough. You might feel like you're inadequate. But I want to encourage you today to let you know that you are never too old to start. So I want you to begin something new. And tonight, if you want to join in on the show, give me a call at 916-921-5333. If you had an opportunity to begin again at whatever age you are, what would you actually do? I had put that in my Black Sisters Making Friends group. If you had the opportunity to do it, what would you actually do? It's not that if money wasn't a factor, because sometimes people think age is a factor. Would you go back to college? Would you go back to school? Would you get that degree that you always wanted to get, but we say time gets in the way? I'm too old, got kids, I just have too many priorities. What is that thing that you would be doing if you felt that you was not too old to do? Would you take a hike? Because one thing I learned that tomorrow is not promised to nobody. Once I went through my entire COVID-19 situation and I had quite a bit of time to sit up in a bed and to think about all the things that fear kept me from doing. And I realized that if me sitting in that hospital, if I was to die that day, I would not have accomplished the majority of the things that I wanted to do because fear got in the way. And then you start thinking you're too old. You start thinking, well, I'm getting a little old, my little knees often, bursitis in the knees. And then you start saying, well, I'm getting a little too tired. I go to bed about 9 o'clock. I don't feel like staying up. What would you do if age wasn't a factor? And I just want to encourage you to let you know that you are not too old to begin again. You're not too old to dream again because Colonel Sanders was 65 years old. Now, they say, you probably only got about 70 years to live, right? They say, according to the Bible, 70 years. He was 65. So basically, in about 5 years, he probably should have been kicking the bucket. But many of us have tasted those 7 herbs and spices of Kentucky Fried Chicken. We all have. And we even buy it when we go to a funeral. We even take it over if we go into what we would call like a little potluck, as we would call in church, or a pot blessing. We'll take some chicken because that man is 65 years old, still had a dream, and he didn't allow anybody to stop him from dreaming. What are you allowing to stop you from dreaming? Hi, you're live with Lady Charmaine. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Thousand Oaks, California.
Hey, sis, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. This is Carolyn Coleman Grady, and I thought I'd call in. This is so good with your topic.
Oh, thank
And
you.
yes, and I never got the chance to just tell you personally. I'm so glad that you gave your testimony and that God's working on your behalf. I mean, that is just amazing. It's wonderful. And I'm just still, in awe. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just want to thank God for you. And I just my heart's just still bursting from your story. So I wanted to make sure you knew that too.
Thank you. Now, sis, I want to ask you a
Yeah.
question. If you had to do
Yeah.
something, if age wasn't even a factor, what would you do?
Well, I would be writing a book like I am doing now. And I am
Good.
62 years old. And, oh, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I've finished the first one as a devotion. My son is editing it right now. And then I have a novel that I finished that I am trying to get to another editor. It's too much for him. And the Lord was just so on me. I started the third one last night.
And 62 years old. So you are never too
Yes,
old to
right.
start. What an encouraging story.
No,
Writing on her third book,
no.
and it doesn't matter how
That's
old you
right.
are. Just start. Just start, like
It's
Colonel
all what you
Sanders.
believe, You
Absolutely.
dream it and believe it, and it'll manifest. That's what I believe.
Absolutely. Sister,
Write
thank you
the
so
vision
much.
plain and run
Write
with
it
it.
out. And you've been writing it
That's
out.
it.
And thank you so much
I've
for
been
being a part of
writing
the
it
group.
out. Yeah. Yes, very much so. So I just wanted to encourage, as well as you're encouraging people to, think large, think big,
Hmm.
think whatever you're capable of doing is already in you. You just got to move fear out the way
Hmm.
and hindrances out the way and be bold and do it. Just do
Let
it.
me ask you a question. Okay, like you said, move fear out of the way. Now, how do you do that? Because you have a lot of people that's probably watching right now and they're very fearful for something that they may want to
Mhm.
do because they probably never seen anybody else do it. Or sometimes we feel
Mhm.
like that we don't match up to somebody else's skills. And it's like, well, why me? But my thing is, why not you? You're just as good as somebody else. How would a person that maybe have that mindset move fear out of the way and move forward?
Well, the only thing that I would be able to add is that, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, and I believe that when I see what God has done for me, then I expect that I can do the things that He has called me to do. So I made a conscious choice by stating, first of all, I am afraid. This is unknown territory. I don't know if I'm good enough. But after I said those things, I moved them, not physically, but just in my mind, I moved them away
Mm.
and just sat down and began to write for me.
Hmm.
So I prayed to God. I said, book is going to be dedicated to you. So help me.
Right, right.
And once I did that, the fear just went away. I mean, I don't have a cookie cutter way of moving fear, but I think that when you you have the will to do or not to do, so if you want to embrace fear,
Hmm.
then you won't move forward. But if you say out of your mouth, that's enough. I have to make a change.
Absolutely.
Then the Lord can immediately come in because you have opened yourself to be willing to be transformed to the very royal person that He called you to be. That's how I view that.
Amen. Thank you so much, sis, for calling
Hmm.
in. I appreciate you.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Charmaine, and God bless you and your family.
God bless you too. Bye bye. If you want to chime in on the conversation, give me a call 916-921-5333. We're talking about you're never too old because sometimes as we start to get older, we think that we're too old to do something. But Colonel Sanders was 65 years old when he started Kentucky Fried Chicken because he had a dream, he had a vision, and he knew it was going to work. And even if it doesn't work, try again because you never know. And you starting something can be able to encourage somebody else. So, what is that thing that you would do if age wasn't a factor? We're not even talking about money. What would that thing be if age wasn't a factor? Carolyn just called in and said she's writing her third book and she's 62 years old. Please don't die with your dreams. I heard that the richest place on earth is the cemetery because people have died with dreams and goals. Do not die with that dream and that goal that you have because age, as they say, is really right now nothing but a number. Bring that vision that you have to pass. What is that thing that's holding you back and keeping you from going forward? Give me a call 916-921-5333. We want to encourage you tonight that you are not too old to start. You're never too old to start, but you got to start because you'll never know if you will succeed if you don't start. How would you know if it doesn't work if you don't start? So you got to start somewhere. And how about start today? Start writing the book. You might say, well, I'm not a good writer. I don't have good punctuation, my sentence structure. Just start writing. And that's all you have to do. And so I just came on here just to encourage you tonight, just to let you know, go ahead, write the book. Go ahead, go back to school. You're not too old to begin again. And I was looking at some things that I wanted to just encourage people tonight, how it's not too late to make things right. And that's just by an anonymous person. No matter how far you have gone on the wrong road, you can still turn around. So no matter where you are on your road, you can still turn around. Even if you feel like you made a detour, turn back around. It's not too late to start. Don't look at everybody else. And please do not compare yourself to everybody else. Because you comparing yourself to somebody else, you'll never start, you'll never begin. And how do you know if they're not afraid? So you're looking at them and they're looking at you. You're intimidated by them and they're intimidated by you. So just start. So I just want to encourage you tonight. Just go ahead and start because you're never too old. And this is for men and for women. Start that barbecue. Start the barbecue restaurant. Just get you a barbecue pit and go out there and barbecue. So many people have businesses. You want to be a cook? Go ahead and start cooking. We know you cook for your family, cook for your friends. You never know. Facebook is a great marketplace, but you will never know until you start. And once you start, let me tell you something about God. Once you start and you start moving towards your dreams, God will start bringing everything that you need. And you say you're waiting on God, but God is actually waiting on you. So the more you move towards your dream, it seems like things are coming to you, but really you're actually moving towards it. He's going to start bringing the people and the resources, the finances that you need once you start moving. So I want to encourage you today. So go ahead, start moving. There are so many things that you can definitely do. So go ahead and start today. And to all of my sisters and my Black Sisters Making Friends group, I know God has given you dreams and visions. I want you to go ahead and start today. Okay, so I just want everybody to be encouraged. I just wanted to jump on here, my Facebook family, my YouTube family, and just let you know, start today because tomorrow is not promised. It's not. I know you saw I'll do it next week, or I'm gonna take a class next spring, but how do you know? Tomorrow is not promised. So go ahead and start today. You're never too old. You guys have a good night. Love you guys. I am Lady Charmaine, and I appreciate all of you and everyone that tuned in tonight. And be sure to tune into the Lady Charmaine live show on Mondays from now 3:30 to 6:30 on 97.5 KDEE, and also on Thursdays from 12 to noon. And you can also catch me with Tristan Mays on Fridays from 10 to noon. And if you would like to be a sponsor of the Lady Charmaine live show, just email me at ladycharmainelive@gmail.com. And everybody, you guys have a good night. Bye-bye.